lot of leaders find it very difficult to delegate, and if you ask them why, they will tell you they will not do it as much as I will, as well as I will. They will not do it as I want them to do it. I mean, they as their team members, right? But delegation is a very important skill of successful leadership.
Are you one of the leaders that find it difficult to delegate tasks because you believe your team members will probably come up with a million and one excuses as to why they will not be able to deliver? Or even if they say they will do it, they eventually not get it done as efficient as you'd expect them to? Well, now let me tell you why you need to actually be patient and trust your team members enough to delegate tasks to them. Hello, this is Esther Festus of Influential Leadership, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Delegation is a tricky tool to master, especially if you are new in the leadership role. However, it is a skill to successful leadership. What to delegate? All of the tasks, some of the tasks, none of the tasks. The fact that we say delegation is very important does not mean that you should delegate every time or every task. Think about all of the tasks. If you know that your team members are better equipped to handle a particular task, allow them to handle it. Now you have to give them a time frame and let them know exactly what your expectations are of the task that you're assigning to them. So for instance, if you have a team member that is very good at say Microsoft Word, and you have another one that is very good at say coding, and you have another one that is very good at say graphics, and you have a project or a task that needs you to use these three skills, but you probably just have an idea of each of these three skills, it's best to just share these tasks amongst them, so they'll be able to give you a better result. And even if they just have idea of this task, it's best you give them this task to handle as well, to grow their knowledge base in these skills. Some of the tasks, this you can do in instances where you have a task and you can actually undo some efficiently, and your team members already have some other tasks that they're handling. Then it's best to take some of the tasks on that you can do very well, and then let the team members know of the expectations you have for them for the remaining tasks. None of the tasks, you're not delegating at all. So you have to actually be discerning to know when best to delegate and when best not to delegate. The fact that I say you should delegate does not mean you have to do it every time. For instance, if your team member is already preoccupied with a particular task and it's overwhelming, you need a lot, there's no need for you to delegate tasks to them. Even if you need to delegate that exact task, you can probably wait for them or have a conversation with them to know when best it is for you to delegate such tasks to them. And if it is urgent, then it's best to find another way to get that sorted out. Why you should delegate? Now, I'll give you 4 reasons why you should delegate. 1, it will help your team members to grow. It's a particular skill that they're not so vast in yet. You can delegate tasks that we need them to make use of those skills, and that will help them to know more about those skills. So they will not just be stagnant with the level of knowledge that they have. 2, aid time management. So you have more time on your ends to focus on other things. So you'll not be the only one dealing with this, dealing with that. You won't be that efficient when you do that, and you are basically carrying all the burden on your head. You are giving your team members the impression that you don't really need them as much as you pass on that you do. You don't really need them just to drop them around in case of it. When they see that you're not making use of their skills, of their availability, of their resources that they've made available, especially if you're running a volunteer team, they most likely become complacent because you're not making use of the skills that they've presented to you. 3, it will help you to know more about your team members' strengths and weaknesses. You'll be able to understand, this is the area of strength of this person. This is where this person needs a little help. So it will help you to understand your team members more. The more you dedicate tasks to them, the more you see their attitude towards situations, towards things, and you'll be able to assist them where necessary. Delegating tasks actually helps to review the attitude of your team members and be able to know this member is worth having on the team or not. 4, grow your organization to the point where it can run efficiently in your absence or in your presence. Now, this is just to state that your team members won't be 100% relying on you. So when they need things to work, even if you are not there, they can make things work excellently. Because now your focus as a leader is to make sure that all your projects, all your activities are carried out with excellence. Excellence should be the order of the day. Once you've invested in your team members, you've helped them to grow, you've helped them to polish their skills, their strength, to build on their weaknesses as well, then they will be able to run the organization, the team, even without your presence. Things will run effectively. Now, that is how you become an influential leader. In conclusion, you have to delegate and do it correctly. In our next video, we will discuss how you can delegate efficiently as a leader. If this video has been helpful for you, please like, share. I have a question for you. Have you ever tried to delegate a task, and how did it go? What made you stop, or what made you continue? Please drop that in the comment section below. Thank you for staying with me. Have a nice day. See you next time.